Welcome to the stream. I am Dave Knapp, man on the Manjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here. And we are all here to learn a little bit more about the medications that we're on. Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, Manjaro, Tirzepatide, dulaglutide, semaglutide, liraglutide, all the utides. That's what we talk about here. Melissa, welcome to the stream over on YouTube. Andrea, who's new and on Wegovy. Oral Guy, who's new and on Wegovy. Welcome to the stream. Like I said, I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Manjaro. I've been on Manjaro for 10 months, and I just gave an update over on YouTube on my progress. So check out that video. I'm a YouTuber, also a TikToker. We've got audience today from Twitter, from Facebook, from YouTube, and from the TikTok. So welcome. What we do here on these live streams is we all share a little bit about our journey. We ask questions about side effects that we're all dealing with, and we all just share information, right? One thing that you can't get when you go to the doctor's office is community with hundreds of other people who are on the same medication. So what we do is we try to work our way through side effects. Sean is here from Kansas City. Welcome. Thank you for the gifts over on TikTok. Always appreciated, but never expected. So thank you very much for those. It's good to have you here. So we just get into it and we answer questions as people kind of throw them at me. I'm not a medical provider. I'm just a guy who uses this medication. So everything that I give here is just information that I get anecdotally, that I learn, that I research, that you can then take to your doctor to help make informed decisions together. Gemma says, how does Trulicity combined with metformin work compared to Manjaro? Well, Trulicity, it depends on what you're talking about, whether you're talking about A1C control or whether you're talking about weight loss. Trulicity and metformin are not very good for weight loss compared to Manjaro if you look at the clinical trials. And the thing about Trulicity and all GLP-1s is they share a similar mechanism of action with metformin. So metformin's principal job is to reduce the amount of sugar that your liver makes, and GLP-1s do that too. So one of the things you want to watch when you start combining metformin with a GLP-1 is just making sure that your sugars don't get too low. Adams knew he's getting some bruising near injection sites a month in and down 11 pounds. Is that common? So bruising near injection sites, super common. Yeah. If it feels and looks like it's getting infected, that is not common. But yeah, slight bruising, I hear about that all the time. Make sure you run that one past your doctor, but I think it's pretty normal. Hear about it very often. Darlis says opinion on compounds. I don't really talk about compounds on this channel. Don't talk about them too much. My number one thing I'll tell you, Darlis, is talk to your medical provider. Your medical provider is going to be very equipped to know what is available to you, what is the best course of action. And as I always tell everybody who joins these lives, make sure that you do not order anything off of a website that doesn't require a prescription. That is not something that you want to get involved with. Stay away from that 100%. Talk to your doctor. Your doctor will know a lot about compounds. Compounds obviously using active ingredients that are in the name brands, but they're not exactly the same. So make sure you talk to your doctor. Thank you for those who are following the live creator. Thank you for those who have joined. We got Sean and Melissa and Terrence over on YouTube. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, let me know by putting an N in the chat next to your name. And we're just welcoming everybody in who's on a GLP-1 journey, whether you're a type 2 diabetic or whether you're on them to lose weight. Whatever the reason that brought you to a GLP-1, this is a community here. Man on the Manjaro on the pen is a community. Welcome, Julie. Welcome, Nicole and Nia. Let me know what medications you're on if you're just joining and you're new. Gemma said 2.5 milligram is working for them. 0.5 got them so sick. Arm injection so far is the best before bed. 1 gallon of water. Awesome. Yeah, stay on top of that water. And electrolytes are very important to replenish. Now, all the products that I mentioned here on these lives when we talk about different side effects, if you go to onthepen.com, there's a little Amazon button right on top. Just click that. I got links that deal for items that you can get on Amazon that deal with all the common side effects that people share here. That's onthepen.com. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, the links to those are in the description of the video as well. Donna says, hi from Lake Havasu City. I'm in week 14 with Manjaro at 10 milligram. Type 2. Is anyone else having body ache, pain, and skin sensitivity? That is a very common thing that we hear about, Donna. Skin sensitivity and bone pain, almost like you're getting the flu. Right. So one of the things that you want to do is just make sure you're keeping up with your protein and electrolytes. That's the best advice that I can give you. And if you start to feel like it's not normal, then talk to your doctor. But it's something that people experience commonly. Been waiting 6 months to get it. That's unfortunate. Daddy lost 10 pounds in his first week. That's awesome. Kicking it with Matt's going up to 12.5 on Monday. Jacob said, what's the highest dose of Ozempic you can be on? The highest dose of Ozempic, I believe, is 1.7 mil. Help me in the stream here. So Ozempic is going to be semaglutide, and semaglutide, I'm sorry, it's 2 milligrams, I think. 2 milligrams is the highest dose of Ozempic that's available, but its active ingredient is a drug called semaglutide. It's a polypeptide GLP-1 receptor agonist, and it has a weight loss counterpart called Wegovy. So Wegovy is the same medicine from the same company, just available in a little bit higher dose, and Wegovy goes all the way up to, I believe, 2.4 is the high dose of Wegovy. So there's room to climb if you're on one of the lower doses. David's new. He's on Manjaro 7.5, lost 40 pounds in 4 months. That's amazing. Congratulations. Daddy's been feeling lethargic and tired. One of the things that you can do if you're feeling lethargic and tired, dealing with nausea and fatigue, is go to onthepen.com, click on the little Amazon button. That pulls up links to all the things that I've found to be helpful with nausea and fatigue. Electrolytes are going to be a big one. Mel says two for Ozempic and 2.4 for Wegovy. So thank you for that. Hard for me to keep all these medications straight sometime. But yeah. So some are able to get Ozempic if you're type 2 diabetic. If you're on it for weight loss, you're probably taking Wegovy. Wegovy goes a little bit higher. And that's what all the great studies that are coming out about heart health are on the 2.4 of semaglutide. And they're actually more than likely, because of what's going on in the clinical trials, they'll have higher doses available of the injectables as well as the oral version of semaglutide, which is called Rybelsus. Week 7 on Manjaro, having hair loss. Anyone else? Monica, yes. Many women have that issue on GLP-1. Most of all, it comes with rapid weight loss. So what you're going to want to do is go to onthepen.com, click the little Amazon button at the top of the website. It'll pull up a little screen. I've got a product that women are swearing by that are dealing with hair loss. So you just scroll down to women's hair loss, or if you're on YouTube, you can click the link in the description of the video. So that's a good one. And talk to your doctor about potential minoxidil, oral or topical. There's others as well. Hoping all is safe and well. Just got my 3-month checkup. Absolutely great. Lost 23 pounds in 3 months on Manjaro 5 milligram. Has Tammy. That's awesome. Tammy, thank you. Thank you. Welcome also. A special welcome to those of you who are over on YouTube that are members of the channel. You can become a member and support what I do by clicking the link in the description of the video. If you're on TikTok, you can click subscribe down at the bottom and just become a member. So thank you for those who are giving gifts. Thank you for those who are joining. The risk of not taking it outweigh the risk. Absolutely. Manjaro, all these GLP-1 medications are very, very safe, have a very safe medical profile. If you look at the clinical trials, very few people stopped using the medications in relation to how many people were in the clinical trials because of side effects. How much have I lost? I've lost 30 pounds on Manjaro in 10 months. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I'm a little bit slower of a loser. That's okay. I've never in my adult life lost 30 pounds and kept it off over 10 months. So I'm happy with that. And as I move up in dosage here, I'm excited to lose a little bit more weight. Ty is in a month-long stall, 45 pounds in 5 months. That's awesome. Maybe it's time to look at dosing up. Week 6, I'm Manjaro down 12 pounds. Awesome, Carolina. That's amazing. If you have questions about your GLP-1, put them in the chat. We all kind of share the information as a community and just kind of talk about the issues that we're facing on GLP-1s, what you're experiencing normal. I've got about 5,000 followers over here on TikTok. I've got about another 4,400 over on YouTube, another 1,000 spread out among the other channels. So I interact with a lot of people every day who are on these medications. So I hear a lot. So you might say, well, why, if you're not a medical provider, why do you come on here and do this? And I say, well, it's about the community. It's about what this gives you that the doctor's office can't is hundreds of other people that are experiencing the same thing that you are, right? And so what's working, what's not working. So that's the magic of these lives. That's why we do these lives. It's not medical advice. It's just answering questions that we have with each other about the medications that we're on. Pink Hearted said, MJ changed their life, down 31 pounds, currently on the 5 milligram. That's awesome progress on the 5 milligram because you got a lot of room to climb there, Pink Hearted. Jen from New Jersey says, hello, welcome, Jen. If you're new to the chat, put an N next to your name in the chat so I know and I can welcome you by name. Also, let me know what medication you're on and any questions that you have. Submit them to the chat. Sean says, why is 10 the most popular dosage level, thus the perpetual back order? That's a really good question. I mean, 10 has been on back order. It seems like 7.5 has been on back order more often than the 10. I think that the 10 is the 7.5 and the 10 are a real sweet spot for a lot of people, especially those taking it off label. Those taking it off label don't seem to need the higher doses like the diabetics do to actually lose weight. So I think it's just a sweet spot for people where they see a lot of success and they camp out on that dose for a while. And I think, with Manjaro, you've seen shortages in a lot of the different dosages. And as one gets short, they either move up or move back in a dose because they can't get the one we're on. And so the ones right now are 7.5 and 10 that are in shortage to the end of September. User 867530999 is on MJ lost, let's see, 1 year, lost 72 pounds. That's amazing. Daddy just bought the electrolytes. Awesome. Yeah. So go to onthepen.com if you're dealing with nausea, fatigue, constipation. If you want to do a little blood sugar hack, I found a way to keep your blood sugar low when you eat carbohydrates. All this can be found at onthepen.com. Just click the little Amazon button, or if you are on YouTube or Facebook, you can just check the description of the video. I list all the things that people say work for them and the things I use myself as well. Manjaro compounded for comorbidities. Okay. Florida says I can't lose that much weight. Is it because I have type 2 diabetes with Manjaro? So Manjaro or Mounjaro, more commonly referred to. Type 2 diabetics lose slower on all GLP-1s. This shows across all clinical trials that diabetics lose weight a lot slower. It's because it's working on our metabolic disorder first. It's working on our A1C. It's bringing our sugars down. It's bringing the amount of sugar that our liver makes down. There's a lot of things that has to do to us metabolically. We don't lose weight and then get healthy. We get healthy and then lose weight. So these GLP-1s kind of help correct things that are off base and off kilter, and it just takes longer for some of us. So stay the course, and be not troubled, right? Better days are ahead. Just stick to it, right? Tammy says, so grateful for all the information on this channel. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being a member. I appreciate you being a member and contributing back to the channel that way. Julie says, doctors keeping around 1.7 of Wegovy, finishing the second month at that dose, 22 pounds lost since April 13th. Slower loser too, but I'm okay with it. Yeah. 22 pounds in that month. Like I said, 30 pounds since November for me. And as I said in a video update that I did today to encourage people who are slower losers compared to everybody else on the internet, we compare. Like everybody says, well, just don't compare. Well, the reality is people are going to compare. What we have to do is retrain our brain towards gratitude, right? And so when I look at 30 pounds in 10 months, I expected to lose 100 pounds by now. But when I look at 30 pounds, if I think that way, it's negative, right? A negative thought loop. But what I need to recorrect my brain to do, and what you ought to do as well, is just remind yourself, like, A, this is a medicine that's fixing you metabolically. But second of all, I haven't lost 30 pounds as an adult in my entire adult life and kept it off over 10 months. I may have crash dieted to lose 30 pounds over a month or 2 months and basically not eaten. But that kind of crash diet is exactly what set me on a cycle where I gained that 30 pounds plus another 15 back. And that's what got me into this mess. A big part of what got me into this mess to begin with. So yeah, absolutely. We have to retrain our brain towards gratitude. Bertle has been on 5 milligrams for 3 months and down 40 pounds in type 2 diabetic. That's amazing. That's amazing progress, especially for diabetic. Sylvia says, I've been on Manjaro for a month now and have lost 10 pounds. I'm type 2 diabetic. That's awesome. Hey, AJ, welcome to the stream, buddy. A real quick request as I'm answering questions for you all today. If you would just hit that like. And if you're not already following the live creator or on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Please consider that. If you want to support my work, you can also become subscribe over here on TikTok down here below, or on YouTube. You can become a member of the channel. That's just a couple dollars a month that helps to support the channel. Melissa's lost 12 pounds since April 13th, but she's not bothered. Takes as long as it takes. Doesn't make accomplishments any less spectacular for how long it takes. Absolutely. It's not a race, right? And the slower that you lose, by the numbers, the easier it is to keep off over time. Thank you for the gifts over on TikTok. I always appreciate it, but never expect it. I really I do appreciate them, though. Thank you. And Mel's getting pretty close to her goal weight, so she's seen a lot of success both on Ozempic and Manjaro. So congratulations on your success, type 2 diabetic as well. Hey, Kelly, welcome to the stream. Thank you for those who are giving gifts over on TikTok. Wow, y'all very generous today. Thank you for the gifts. Yeah. So Shani says, I'm down type 2 and down 60 pounds so far. That's amazing. Opinions on the Manjaro gastroparesis. Yeah. So gastroparesis is a mechanism of action of a GLP-1. Like, it's an intended side effect of a GLP-1, where GLP-1 is a hormone that's made in your gut, right? Naturally. And what these medicines do is they stimulate more production of it. And one of its chief mechanisms is to slow down how fast your body processes food, right? So what you're seeing in the news is just clickbait. And it's ambulance chasers. That's what's going on right now. It doesn't pose real gastroparesis would be the kind that persists after you stop taking a GLP-1. And I just don't think that's not a major concern right now for people, based upon, the clinical trials, what the clinical trials have shown and what the post-marketing evidence has shown. Less than 10 pounds to goal now for Mel. That's awesome. Congratulations, my friend. That's awesome. Thank you for those who are following the live creator. Thank you for those on YouTube who are hitting that subscribe button. And thank you for those who are giving gifts today. Those are greatly appreciated. Type 2 diabetes. I'm Manjaro since March, down 37 pounds. Awesome, Ariam. That's awesome. Hey, Matt, welcome. Dave, let people know that Rite Aid is in the process of filing Chapter 11 this week into next week. Means all Rite Aid pharmacies will close down. Wow, that is interesting information, Matt. Thank you for sharing that. Matt's full of information. We've got a lot of great folks over on YouTube. Hey, if you're over on TikTok, take this time to click the link in my description of my TikTok channel and go over and follow my YouTube channel, because we do a weekly show over there called On the Pen Live. We have a ton of fun. There's custom emojis over there. We got great community over there, and the show is a lot of fun. It's like a GLP-1 talk show, and we do it every Thursday. This will be our 30th episode coming up next week. Can you believe it? 30 episodes. That's amazing. So I think what Matt's saying is, hey, stay away from Rite Aid if Rite Aid is somewhere you usually go. Billy's having low blood sugar problems on 5 milligrams, unfortunately, type 2, not on insulin or anything. Billy, like how low? Because if it's going really low, make sure you talk to your doctor, because low blood sugars can be very, very dangerous in a way that, elevated blood sugars aren't. So they can be deadly. So make sure you're checking that out with your doctor. A lot of times I've heard of people having those sugars go low in the night. Right. And so your doctor's going to be able to work with you as to what maybe as a type 2 diabetic are some things that you could do to make sure that doesn't drop too much. I know that I've dealt with that at night where hey, Kelly gave a super sticker over on YouTube. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that gift. That's so kind and generous of you to do. But yeah, definitely talk to your doctor. You're not typically 2 hours after waking up, which is interesting, Billy, because usually as a type 2 diabetic, that's when it's going up. So what are we talking? And do you have a CGM like I do? Cartwright, I've been on Manjaro 2.5 for 3 months or more, down 2 pounds. What the heck? Cartwright, so 2.5 is not a therapeutic dose of Tirzepatide of Manjaro. So don't expect a lot of weight loss there. It's probably time to talk to your doctor about dosing up to a level that actually helps people lose weight. Most people don't lose on the 2.5. Yeah, thank you again, Kelly, for the super sticker over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you for those who are liking and sharing and commenting. I really appreciate that. If you're on TikTok, you can share this with somebody who you think might find it helpful. Yelly says, low sugar is why I love my CGM. My doctor did say that I had to ditch the night metformin when I started 5 milligram, and she made some dietary recommendations as well. Yeah, Yelly, thank you for that information. So yeah, definitely want to talk to your doctor about that, Billy. Happy Wife 98 says opinions on constipation with Manjaro. Yeah, I hear it both ways. I hear constipation, I hear diarrhea. But for those who deal with constipation, magnesium. But if you go to onthepen.com. On thepen.com, there's a little Amazon button right at the top left. If you click that, a list of all the side effects that people deal with on GLP-1s commonly, and go under constipation, and you'll find what the two things that people tell me the most that works for them. And Miralax is one of them. So if you click on thepen.com, click the little Amazon thing, and just find your side effect, and you'll find a product that helps people with that. Hey, OG Bell, happy Saturday to you too. Thank you for those who are following the live creator over on TikTok. Thank you for those who are sharing and liking. Let's put a hurting on those like buttons. Same with you, YouTube. Hit the like and that little love button. You can just tell the algorithm that this is a helpful stream. If you're finding it helpful, let me know. Melissa says averaging 1 to 2 pounds a week is healthy weight loss rate. Absolutely it is. I would be worried about losing that much, but I would also like to get back to losing that. It's been several months since I've plateaued, but that's a whole nother story that you can follow my YouTube channel for. I have a playlist on my YouTube channel that's my journey from day one, and I document something every month. I document it, and so you can follow along with my journey there. What dose on Ozempic can you start seeing therapeutic weight loss? So the 0.25 is not a therapeutic dose on Ozempic. You got to get up to the 0.5 before you're on a therapeutic dose. And even the 0.5, like with semaglutide, you've got to get up to the 1 milligram before most people start to see that weight loss. 1 milligram and above. Obviously, we talked about earlier how Ozempic goes up to 2 milligrams, but it's a weight loss counterpart, Wegovy, which is the same drug, just with different marketing for weight loss. So Wegovy goes up to 2.4. Chonky Cat says, no Wegovy or Saxenda anywhere for 5 weeks. Yeah, that's frustrating. Some areas of the country are just dry, bone dry with all the GLP-1s, which is really frustrating. You want to make sure that you can look into your online options. You want to make sure that you talk to your pharmacies that are in hospitals, because sometimes hospitals sit on some supply that other pharmacies don't because they're prioritized in times of shortage. And Wegovy and Saxenda are both medications that are in FDA shortages right now. Mel says type 2 tend to lose slower since there's so much medically and conditions need to be corrected, but it does come off. And she is a testament to that for sure, having lost over 100 pounds between Ozempic and Manjaro. What are some online options for Manjaro? Deidre, this last week, I had a guest on the Pen Live, which is a show that I do over on YouTube. It's a weekly talk show. We had a gal on. Her name was Lisa. And Lisa is the co-founder of a online company called Flex. So you can go to flexnow.care, or you can go to my YouTube page and find that episode from last week. That's great for information for everybody over on TikTok. Click the link in my bio and go follow my YouTube page so that you can follow that show every week. But Flex Now, I mean, there's a lot of online options that are telehealth options, but you want to find something that treats you holistically. And not just here's a script and go, because these are powerful medications. You want to make sure that you have a doctor that's running labs and making sure that you're healthy and good to go on these medications. So definitely don't buy anything online through an ad that doesn't require a prescription. That's bad news, and stay away from it. Ponyboy new on Wegovy 3 months, 35 pounds down. Congratulations. Yelly's vlog said, hey, Dave, have you noticed a difference when you inject on the right or left side? I have not. At least side effects and also at least benefits of being Manjaro when I inject on my left side. Very interesting. So no, Yelly, but Brent Tuggle, who runs the men's Manjaro Facebook group, he comes into these lives and he's actually charted out where he injects. And I don't know if he's charted it out by side of the body that he does, but he has a chart that very clearly shows the weeks that he injects in his thighs are when he loses the most weight. So he might be a good resource for that. Brent Tuggle, I don't think he's on the live today, but he'd be a good one to check out. Lots of comments coming over on TikTok. Jennifer says it's frustrating for us that are taking it for type 2 diabetes, and Manjaro is hard to find. Yeah, I mean, they're just hard to find right now, but they won't be forever. Lost 120 pounds on Manjaro on TRT now, gained 5 so far in muscle. Hard to see the scale move the other way. Yeah, but how are your clothes fitting? On Ozempic says Jody stayed from 271 now as of yesterday, 228. Congratulations on the progress. That's awesome. And Mel says she thinks the right side is better too. That's very interesting. I never even thought to think about that, but who knows? I think it's all about the bioavailability, and there's a lot of different biological reasons why one spot might be better than another for somebody. Hey, thank you for those who are giving gifts over on YouTube. I always appreciate that. It helps support the work that I do here. And definitely the easiest way that you can support what I do is to just follow my channel, like and share. It doesn't cost anything, and it's super helpful for me. Chonky Cat says, you have a good vibe. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really love doing this. Moonchild says, why can't I lose? NASH, cirrhosis, type 2 diabetes, been on Manjaro for 5 months, 12.5 and nothing. Some people are very slow responders to GLP-1s, Moonchild. You're going to want to check out Retatrutide. Talk to your doctor about Retatrutide. There's a clinical trial for it right now. But Retatrutide is a triple agonist where Manjaro is just a dual agonist. And even though it's just in clinical trials, it's doing wonders for people with NASH. Another medication that's in clinical trials right now that are also very similar to these medications that we talk about here would be Survodutide from Boehringer Ingelheim. So talk to your doctor about both of those. Maybe you can get in on a clinical trial because they're doing wonders for people with NASH. Always do the right side of the belly. I tried the thigh and it made me sick. Very interesting. You're welcome, Moonchild. Thank you for being here. Please hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub. He tracks everything and food and where they inject and everything. That's awesome. Yeah, I wish I did that as well, but I'm not routine oriented enough to do that. So just going to take a breath here. Wow. Thank you for those who are joining. Make sure that you hit that like, hit that bell, and hit that sub if you're here. Went to the ER. Jamie went to the ER last night. Nurses didn't even know what Manjaro was. Sorry to hear that, Jamie. How do I see the rest? I had to explain it to 3 people. That is crazy. Are you okay? I hope that you're okay. Please let me know that you're okay. I only lost 17 pounds since May on Manjaro, but my body composition has changed dramatically. Another great thing to track, right? If you have a body composition scale that can help you to track your muscle mass and things like that. That's important because we tend to judge everything by the scale, for better or for worse, and most times it's for worse. And we don't know, especially if we're adding muscle mass, and we want to know if we're losing it too, right? We want to lose weight, but we don't want to lose muscle mass. We want to lose fat, right? So if you're enjoying this stream, please let me know by hitting that like button. Let me know that you're enjoying this. And if you want to give back to the stream on YouTube, you can become a member. The link's in the description of this video. And if you want to support what I do over here on TikTok, you can hit that subscribe button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Megan says, started on Wednesday, is belching after eating normal. Yeah, is it raunchy too? Because that's what most people that deal with that says. They deal with these nasty, disgusting sulfur burps. If that's you, go to onthepen.com. That's my website, onthepen.com. On the pen, like this guy. See how he's on the pen? That's actually me on a Manjaro pen sticker. Onthepen.com, click the Amazon link, and under sulfur burps, there's papaya enzymes. People swear by papaya enzymes as being very, very helpful for the sulfur burps. Speaking of, I just a little belchy myself. Jamie's okay. They did a CT and an angio, having stabbing pain in my stomach. Good to be good. Could be from your gallbladder. Yeah, stay on top of that. Tay, yeah, thank you for encouraging people to like. What is the science behind it? Behind the sulfur burps? The papaya enzymes are just enzymes that help to break down the gases and the food in your stomach, the way I understand it. But, you know, what causes the belching usually is there's a mechanism of action called delayed gastric emptying that all GLP-1 medications cause. And this is on purpose. It slows down the digestion of your food. But as some of that food sits in your belly, it just gets a little old and starts to let off gases, and they come out and they're disgusting. But let not your heart be troubled. It is a normal thing to experience. Hi, Dave. I burp more frequently since starting MJ, but they're not sulfur burps. Normal? Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I just said, if the food's sitting around in your stomach a little bit longer, creating gases, this is the way that I understand it anyway. If you feel like it's not normal, talk to your doctor. Could be the Fresca too. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Miss Tapman, welcome. Thank you for joining. Mel said 12.5 where it would not affect you so hard. I had to take my 12.5 because it's out of 10 and injected, and I knew it would affect me so hard. Is it treating you okay? Matt says, is the food routing? It's the food routing in your belly longer. It's fermenting. Yeah. Right. And if that becomes a big issue, that's where the gastroparesis can become an issue. So do pay attention to it. If it gets worse and worse and worse, you want to talk to your doctor. Anyone wait a while for insurance to cover it for authorization? Yeah, definitely. If they're asking for a prior authorization, they're waiting for paperwork from your doctor. So that can oftentimes take days. Sometimes you got to be a little bit proactive and just call the doctor's office and encourage them to get that done for you, especially if you're going to miss a dose. Diet Mountain Dew, by the way, Mel. I have a problem. That's okay. Hey, Matrix99, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hey, if you're new to the stream, if you're new over on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all the things, make sure that you let me know in the chat by putting an N next to your name. Then I know to welcome you by name, say hello, and let me know what medication you're on. And if you have any questions about anything you're experiencing, we all just kind of talk about it as a community, right? Yeah, the 12. I'm glad to hear that the 12.5 is treating you better, Mel. AJ's a Sprite Zero guy. Yeah. I am. I mean, this is my guilty pleasure. It's more of an addiction, right? I'll just be honest about what it is. I have a Diet Mountain Dew addiction. I enjoy it. Sue me. You won't get anything anyway. Just a bunch of empty Diet Mountain Dew cans. New starting Trulicity today. Wish me luck. Yeah, Trulicity. Trulicity is a GLP-1 medication. A lot of people do very well on it. You're going to want to make sure that you prioritize protein. When you take the medication, you want to make sure that you're getting plenty of water and electrolytes. Jess is on Ozempic. Welcome. Thank you for being here, Jess. If you're new here, make sure you follow the live creator, or on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. Appreciate that. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Sassy Taz says, I'm MJ 10 milligram, almost down 70 pounds since December. That's amazing. Julian says, I did find that I drink a lot less sugary soda than I did regular soda. Awesome. Yeah, I don't drink anything sugared. I don't consume sugar at all, but I do consume fake sugar. but it doesn't affect my diabetes. So started MJ compound day 4, down 3 pounds. It must be water weight. Yeah, 3 pounds in 3 days is probably mostly water weight. So, if you get to the end of the week and you've lost 7 or 8 pounds, just don't expect that that's going to continue, next week. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the dose. 1 to 2 pounds a week is healthy. Maintain that for as long as you can. You don't want to max out on these medications too fast. Matrix is type 2 diabetes on 5 milligram. Endo says most type 2 diabetes stay on 5 milligrams. I don't know that 6 weeks on it so far. If your endocrinologist says that most type 2 diabetics stay on 5 milligrams, it's because that's what your endocrinologist does, but that's not true based upon the clinical trials. Anybody can read that and know that most diabetics need the 10, the 12.5, or the 15, especially if you're talking about weight loss. If it's simply to control your blood sugars and 5 milligrams is what it takes, then that's a different story, right? But I think most people who are type 2 diabetic would benefit from weight loss. And you're probably, at 5 milligrams as a type 2 diabetic, you're probably going to need to dose up. I'm not a medical provider. An endocrinologist is going to be a lot smarter than me, but based upon my own experience and based upon as a type 2 diabetic and based upon what I hear from people in the community, that's just not true. Been on a year and 22 days, down 120 pounds on 7.5 since month 3. That's amazing. Amazing, full chaos. Congratulations. Thank you for being here today. We're going to do a few more minutes here left on this live stream. If anybody has any questions about their journey, please throw them in the chat. Make sure you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub. Melissa Hall says on week 6 of Manjaro, and my glucose has been perfect, down 15 pounds currently on the 5 milligram. That's awesome. I'm glad it's been life-changing for you. Full chaos. Do you ever take it sooner than a week to control hunger? I have. So on Manjaro, the manufacturer recommends if you're going to change your shot day, it has to be 72 hours since your last shot. So take that information and do with it what you will. Matrix, I only got 20 pounds to go. Otherwise, I'd be 165 pounds. I'm 5'7". So is this why? Yeah, I mean, you don't have a ton to lose. And you said you're diabetic, Matrix? It could be. Could be. Thank you for those who are following the live creator over on TikTok. Thank you for those who have liked and shared. Thank you for those over on YouTube who have given gifts, who have subscribed to the channel as well. If you're on, hey, do you ever, Melissa Hall says, did I ever get headaches? Start pounding around 3 days after injection, full 24 to 48 hours. Yes, I do deal with that. Talk to your doctor about Topamax. It's a pure mate. I had to titrate back from 15 milligrams a few months ago, which stopped my weight loss dead in its tracks, but it stopped my headaches too. So as I've titrated back up, my doctor has me on Topamax, which is supposed to help with that. You had diabetic ketoacidosis in May. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure your endocrinologist is being just very careful with this, right? So that's why I say talk to your endo. Your endo knows a lot more about you than any of us do, obviously, and is much smarter than me. But I'm just saying, strictly from a weight loss standpoint, the 5 milligrams is not it for most diabetics. Just bumped up to 7 milligram Rybelsus. Thoughts on Rybelsus? So Rybelsus is oral semaglutide, so it's the oral version of Ozempic and Wegovy. The highest dose is going to be 14 milligrams. But guess what, Doug? Next year, middle of next year, they will release a 50 milligram tablet of Rybelsus. And on the 50 milligram, people lost about as much weight as they do on Manjaro. So that'll be exciting. You're welcome, Melissa. I'm glad you don't get any side effects, but yeah, I can understand that the headaches are awful. So definitely talk to your doctor. D says Topamax will help control appetite. My cousin lost 30 pounds on Topamax only. Yeah, and that was another reason the doc gave me Topamax as well. Do you have any concerns about the new lawsuits claims with Manjaro stomach paralysis? No. Ambulance chasers. I don't think this is a legitimate claim on the medication. These are diabetics that got something that diabetics commonly get. So I don't think it's a medicine. You'd see a lot more people with it. Although they're fishing for them. They're trying to find them. Have you ever farted while on a GLP-1? You may be entitled to compensation. It's ridiculous. And it ruins it for those of us who's changing lives for, right? It's just ridiculous. Thank you for those who have liked. Thank you for those who have commented. Hey, Carrie, welcome to the stream. Thank you for those who have shared. Thank you for those who are here. I appreciate it. I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Manjaro. I'm the host of a weekly show called On the Pen Live that happens only on YouTube. So if you're here, make sure you click my bio, click the link there, and follow my YouTube channel. We want to see you on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Central for On the Pen Live. Switching this month from Ozempic to Manjaro, down 70 pounds and yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. Daniel's on Ozempic. Welcome. Thank you, Jennifer, for following. Thank you those on YouTube, slowing down a little bit on YouTube. That's all right. Appreciate everyone who's here today. Anybody dealing with any side effects that they want to talk about today, throw it in the chat. A lot of people have dealt with what you've dealt with before, so don't suffer in silence. That's part of what these lives are about, is just sharing our journey, getting you connected with something that can maybe help you find relief. If you're dealing with any of the side effects, constipation, nausea, fatigue, whatever it may be, hair loss, if you go to onthepen.com, that's my website, click the little Amazon button at the top, and I've got a list that'll pop up. And it's like all the side effects and then the things that people say help them with them, including myself. Went from Manjaro back to Ozempic, back to Manjaro. Yeah, people are bouncing around like a yo-yo with these GLP-1s because of the supply chain issues, right? And so it's not the ideal way to take a GLP-1, but it is what people are doing. So I hope that those changes treat you okay. Thank you for those who are hitting that like button. Terrence says only constipation. Yeah, Miralax, Ducalax. Onthepen.com, click the Amazon button and it's listed there for you. You can find it there. I just started on Manjaro 2.5 and I noticed I feel really weak. No, that's normal. That's normal. Fatigue and yeah, just that weak feeling. Sometimes that feeling you get before you get the flu. Make sure you prioritize protein when you eat and make sure that you get plenty of electrolytes. The big electrolytes you want to watch is sodium, potassium, magnesium. You shed those like crazy when you start losing weight. The best thing that I have found. Jennifer sent $20 on Cash App. Thank you, Jennifer, for the tip. I appreciate that. Very kind of you, Jennifer. But yeah, if you click Amazon or click the Amazon button at the top of onthepen.com, you'll find the Keto Essential Electrolytes link under fatigue. And that's the best one I found. If you have high blood pressure, you might want to stay away from it because it's a lot of sodium and it tastes like crap, but it really takes care of that nausea and fatigue for me. When is a good time to go up in dose? It's a good time to go up in dose when your doctor says to, but when a good time to talk to your doctor about going up in dose is when you've stalled at the same weight for a month, 2 months on the same dose. Then it might be time to look at upping your dose. But also if you're diabetic, it's a whole separate conversation. Jen, thank you. I appreciate that for the $20 tip over on Cash App. Thank you so much. Thank you for your video on slow losers. Gives me hope on type 2 diabetes. Yeah, Twinkle Ann, you're welcome. Thank you for being here, Twinkle Ann. No weight loss yet, but I'm guessing at 12 weeks, you're still on like the 5. Have you graduated up to the 7.5? Most type 2 diabetics, like my doctor told me this and it rang true. Most diabetics have to get to the 10, the 12.5, or the 15 to lose weight on Manjaro. And he was right. He was right. Although, I did lose some on those lower doses, but I lost the most once I got to the 10 and up to the 15. Love My Life is on Ozempic. I do cod liver oil, belly button daily, and no constipation issues. Very interesting. I've never done that. Can't speak to it, but Love My Life is about that cod liver oil in their belly. Twinkle Ann on 7.5 for 4 weeks. Okay. Yeah. So just wait till you get to that 10, the 12.5, and then come back. I think you'll find success when you get to the higher doses. And what does your doctor say, Twinkle Ann? And how are your blood sugars? Thank you for being here. Hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like. Share this somewhere with somebody who might find it beneficial. Thank you for those who have contributed to the chat today. Thank you for Mel. She's been hot in the chat today over on YouTube. Thank you for being here, Tay. Has been moderating. Dawn, uncontrollable violent diarrhea with stabbing pain at the same time. Manjaro 15. Wow, that's terrible. That's something to talk to your doctor about, Dawn, because that can be dangerous. Because when you start dealing with diarrhea, you start dealing with major electrolyte imbalances, and you can you could end up in the ER. So make sure that you're supplementing with plenty of potassium and magnesium and sodium while you're dealing with that, and definitely talk to your doctor. Lapreek. I'm gonna go with Lapreek. Hello, been on Manjaro for 5 weeks. I only lost 2 pounds. I start on 7.5 Monday. Yeah, those upper doses should be helpful. Are you type 2 diabetic? Just out of curiosity. Kelly's been on 10, not really losing anything, thinking of going to 12.5 next month. A1C is great. Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully by the time you get to the 15, I think you'll appreciate that dose. As a type 2 diabetic, the 15 milligram was definitely my favorite dose, for sure, especially as it came to the weight loss. The 15 milligram, it allows me to eat normal people food, normal people portions, and feel normal people full. So I'm thankful for that. Lapreek, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Rite Aid is not closing all their stores, David Crane said. Okay. Matt, you got somebody who's questioning your information. Kelly said, I've lost 20 since 4-5. That's awesome. Congratulations on the weight loss. That's awesome. I've lost 75 pounds since January, says Dawn, and blood sugars are normal now for the first time in 15 years. That's getting your life back, Dawn. That's getting your life back. Congratulations. That's amazing. Moving mountains is on 15 isn't doing much for me. Any advice? Talk to your doctor about potentially stacking Manjaro with something like Topamax or Kisimia, which is Topamax and a low dose of phentermine. There are things that you can do and things that you can look at. So definitely have a conversation with your doctor and ask your doctor. It might not be the peptide for you. And some people just don't respond to GLP-1s like others do, but you may want to take a look at maybe moving to Ozempic and seeing if you do better with semaglutide. David Grant says they are closing some of them. Okay, fair enough. I'm just passing along the information. Howdy, Deliza. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Yelly says, I actually have the contrary to constipation. See, yeah, I mean, it's just so funny how these medications treat everybody differently. That's why we come in here. Some people have constipation, some people have diarrhea, but there's answers for both, and nobody should suffer in silence, right? So if you're dealing with any of the constipation, diarrhea, nausea, fatigue, any of that stuff, you can go to onthepen.com and click the little Amazon button. I have little products in there that I've linked to that seem to help most people that come into these chat and talk about what they've found that's helped, stuff to help with sulfur burps and things like that. Move Mountains, you're welcome. And Move Mountains has lost 40 pounds already. That's amazing. So congratulations on the weight loss. Congratulations to everybody on the progress that they're seeing. TikTok, we're almost to 10,000 likes. So if we can hit that like button, if you can just wear those thumbs out for a minute, let's get to 10,000 likes there. Appreciate the gifts today. Thank you for those who have given gifts both on TikTok and on YouTube, and Jen who gave over on Cash App. I'm Man on Manjaro on Cash App. I am on the pen on Venmo. If you'd like to send tips, those are always appreciated. Got 4 little kids who are sharing their daddy today with the live stream. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I was on it from November to May and lost 30 pounds, was off it for 2 months, but did not gain any weight back. But yeah, tell me more, Rocky. Because when I tried to back from the 15 to the 5, I gained 8 pounds in 1 month. How about that? So I've been right at this 280. I started at Manjaro at 312, and I've been down to 280. I went up to 288. Now I'm back down to 282, 280, somewhere in between there every time I weigh. Have I taken Trulicity? No, I haven't. Trulicity is like the older brother of Manjaro, right? It's been around the block a little bit longer, but not quite as powerful in the weight loss category as semaglutide or Tirzepatide, but still a great medication to be on. And I've heard a lot of people have a lot of success on that. Thank you for the gift, Darlene. I appreciate it. AFSF has lost 5 pounds this week. Is that normal? Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you started on Wegovy. Yeah, a lot of that's going to be water weight, right? So make sure that you're replacing all that water, drinking a lot of water, and replacing it with electrolytes too. If you want a good electrolyte supplement, something with plenty of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, those are the big 3 to look for. You can find those on the back label of any electrolyte stuff that you drink. But the one that replaces everything in spades is called Keto Essential Electrolytes. I really like that one. If you go to onthepen.com, that's my website, click the Amazon button, you'll be able to find that. Under nausea and fatigue, or if you just scroll down, you see a picture of it, you can click that as well. Doesn't taste good, but it's got plenty of those, and so it helps out. But yeah, you probably expect that to slow down a little bit because so much of it is going to be water weight. But congratulations, because weight is weight. That's the way I look at it. If I lost 5 pounds of water weight tomorrow, I'd still be thrilled about it. I just like to see that number go down, right? Before, I've lost only 4 pounds since restarting, but A1C is good. That's awesome, Rocky. Lisa's lost 55 pounds on Manjaro so far. That's awesome. Yelly said, I have, okay, we already got to that. So yeah, well, we're going to wrap it up over here on Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate you all being here today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being the best part of this channel. Hit that like, hit that bell, and hit that sub before you go. And we'll check you all on the next stream. I appreciate you all joining today. You're the best part of what I do. If you have questions, you can email me at manjaroman.com or visit my website onthepen.com and send me a message. Would love to see you over there. Until next time, we'll catch you on the next one.